What is up, everybody? Welcome to my year-end series and game awards. This one is a big one. This one is multiple categories, and instead of making separate videos for all of them, I'm going to cram them into one video. So it's covering a lot. We are getting closer and closer to my honorable mention and Game of the Year awards, right up to the Game of the Year. My top 12 or so list. But this is the second biggest Game Awards video that I am making for my channel for 2017. Go back and check out the rest of the year-end awards, year-end series, and check out my Christmas Spectacular for 2017. All Christmas vlogs and specials, and I'm also doing a holiday multiplayer viewer appreciation with you guys, the subs and viewers, and I'm also doing massive giveaways all month long, so you definitely want to stay tuned to Merry NJ08. I know a lot of people look forward to my awards because they know that I play the games. You can go right on my channel and see me checking them out. I take my time with each game. Everything that I mention on the award shows are games that I've taken the time, games that I really reviewed. I really think about it. Months ahead, I start planning this. I start making lists. Actually, I start doing this right from the beginning of the year. Next January, I'll be starting my lists for next year. So it's something that I really do throughout the year. I take this very seriously. I put a lot of time into my lists. And this is going to be the multiple list of different award genres in one video. Such as Multiplayer Game of the Year, VR Game of the Year, Most Impact in a Game, Ongoing, Tech of the Year. So this is going to be an interesting video. Let's get right into it. Multiplayer Game of the Year. Now remember, these are my personal picks that have had the most impact on me for each category. So you may agree, you may disagree. Again, this is my list, and this is after spending hours and hours and hours and hours of time in each video. Multiplayer Game of the Year, Destiny 2. Despite the problems that Destiny 2 is having, despite the problems that people are mad at Deej and Bungie, the last expansion pack, Curse of Osiris, it is the game that I've spent the most time online. And I'll tell you right now, I'm probably still going to spend a lot of time on it. Despite its flaws, it is one of the games that I've been with since the alpha of Destiny 1. Before all these big YouTubers had these dedicated Destiny channels, I was playing it. I was doing, the testing for them and the alphas and the betas and reviews. And I went through every expansion, every event. I think Destiny 1, I put 4,300 hours in. And I'm probably close to 1,000 already on the second one. But anyway, make a long story short, that is my multiplayer game of the year. I absolutely had a blast in my time with it, with whether it was Curse of Osiris, whether it was just regular PvP, raids, Crucible, Curse of Osiris, public events. There's a lot of things that Destiny 2 is doing wrong, but there's a lot that they did right, and I think it's a balance. And Bungie's got a lot on their plate. Let's just put it that way. They got a lot of work ahead of them. And let me tell you something, it's going to be a long walk, but I think that they'll do it. I think they'll handle it. Let's hope that 2018 is a big year for Destiny 2. Let's hope the second expansion that's coming out in spring, hopefully that's going to be better. They learn from their mistakes, they change some things, and they get the people back into the game. But it's definitely my multiplayer game of the year and most time played in the game. Racing game. This is a pretty tough category because I'm going to tell you, this was the year of the racer. There was a lot of racing games this year, and a lot of them were really good, and I love racing. It's actually my biggest genre. And, it's the genre that I spend a lot of my time in, and I love all racing games across the board. I bought every single racing game this year. I mean, every one. And my winner goes to Forza 7. I think Forza 7 kicked it out of the park. looks absolutely gorgeous on the Xbox One X. It looks gorgeous. But seriously though, it's beautiful, very beautiful. I had a blast with Gran Turismo. I thought that game ran awesome in VR. Project Cars 2. I was going to say Project Gotham Racing 2. Project Cars 2 was another good game. Dirt 4. My God, I played a ton of racing games this year. Need for Speed, But, yeah, great stuff. Alright. Even play some racing games on the Switch. That Gear Club Unlimited. And I do a lot on mobile also. Alright. So, Forza 7, definitely. VR Game of the Year. Hey, listen, this is the year of VR. VR kicked it up a lot this year. And a lot of announcements for next year. So, the PlayStation VR in particular. Although I've played a lot on the PC as well. I have to say, and I'm very excited for all these VR announcements. I'm glad they're supporting the PlayStation VR. It's great. It's an awesome piece of technology. It's very impressive. And I continue to be amazed by VR. My VR game of the year, there was a lot of good ones, but mine had to be Resident Evil 7. And let me tell you something about Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7, in general, in my opinion, was a return to form. It was an awesome horror game. I was on the edge of my seat, and I played the entire thing for the first time in VR. Let me tell you something. It's worth it just for that game. If somebody goes out and buys a PlayStation VR, they need to come home with a copy of Resident Evil 7. They should just include the damn game with the VR headset. Resident Evil 7 on VR is the way to go. Be prepared to be scared out of your mind. Alright, so definitely Resident Evil. Fighting game. Another genre that was very alive and kicking in this year. A lot of fighting games. Another hard genre to pick. My pick for fighting games after playing them all, and a lot of older fighting games that got support like DLC characters and whatnot, that was also relevant in 2017. But it's got to be a game that actually came out. So my pick for fighting game of 2017 is Injustice 2. I spent a lot of time in that game. I'm loving the new DLC characters. I love the graphics, the stages, the whole armor thing with the equipment and the gear. I definitely have to give a hats off to Injustice 2. Ed Boon from NetherRealm, Mortal Kombat. He's on a roll here, and I can't wait to see what he comes out with next. Can't wait for the Ninja Turtles to come out. That's going to be awesome. Enchantress. And best art direction, hands down, I don't even have to think about this one, is Cuphead. Cuphead deserves praise. Check out my indie awards. You'll definitely get a kick out of that one. Cuphead gets a lot of praise. Cuphead is one of my favorite games of the year, but it's also one of the best art directions. That game is gorgeous to look at. Also sound as well. So now that we got through that, let's go to the next one. Most impact in a game is Hellblade. On the PlayStation 4. I have a lot to say in my previous videos about that game. Check that out. Hellblade definitely deserves all the praise it also gets this year. With all the other outlets, all their game awards, and all their presentations and reviews. Every praise that this game gets is 100% justified. What a beautiful game, excellent game, and definitely the most impact. They touched on some serious topics in that game. Well done. Hats off to the producers and developers of that game. Best handheld game. Metroid Samus Returns. Absolutely. I loved that game. What a return to form. Wish it was on the Switch, but you know what? The 3DS is still kicking and alive, and I had fun playing it in 3D. Best mobile game. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Been spending a lot of time with that. I'm still spending a lot of time with Pokemon Go and Super Mario Run, but Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, very cool game. I like what they're doing with that game, big time. And it looks beautiful on my Note 8 here with the screen. Best adventure game, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Hands down, there's nothing that could come close to that game. As far as the adventure game genre, that is the way to go. I've been praising the game all year. It's just a brilliant, brilliant masterpiece, in my personal opinion. Nintendo is kicking it this year, kicking it out of the park. Next year looks just to be as good, with lots more announcements coming. But hats off to Nintendo. You deserve all the praise you get this year. Hats off to the Switch. You're a success. Great, great games. Great first-party games. Great third-party games coming to the Switch and on the Switch. I'm loving it. And I got great, great things to say about Nintendo this year, as I always do. Alright, and we got two more here. My ongoing game of the year is, of course, Destiny 2, because I know that that's going to be a game that's going to be spanned over the course of the next few years. I know they said the franchise is a 10-year supported game. Destiny 1, I spent hours on. Destiny 2, I'm sure I will too, despite its flaws. And that is my ongoing game. But I'm going to have some competition next year, and I don't want to mention it right now. But there's another game that's been floating around that's actually in a lot of people's lists this year. It's not in mine because I don't agree with it, with early access being considered a game considered to be in awards until the game is officially out. And I think that'll be making the charts next year, and I absolutely love the game, and I am crazy about it. You won't hear about it during these awards because, again, it's early access. I'm funny that way, but it's definitely going to be a game you start hearing about a lot. But for now, my ongoing game is Destiny 2, absolutely. And Tech of the Year, I threw this one in, has to go to Nintendo Switch. Absolutely 100%. I also did second place, the Samsung Note 8, and third place, the Xbox One X. We had a lot of great tech this year. We really, really did. We had some awesome tech this year, actually. And it is the year of tech. I got all the gadgets as they came out. I love my gadgets. I love my tech. And I love my video games. But yeah, definitely the Nintendo Switch was my tech of the year. Amazing hybrid system. I absolutely love it. I play with it every day. I'm looking forward to the future of it, and I can't wait to see what Nintendo has in store for us. Those are my game awards. Stay tuned for honorable mention and the game of the year countdown. My big list, my mega list of the best. I narrowed it down this year. I know I usually have really long videos and I have tons of games. I narrowed it down. I took the filler out this year. I'm making it more professional. I'm making it a more fine-tuned list. So you definitely want to stay tuned. It was a hard list to come by. There were some heavy hitters. I wish I could praise more games. That's why I did the honorable mention, because there are some games that I need to talk about and you guys need to know about. This was a great year for games, and I don't want you guys to miss out on any of them. Take care, and I will see you on the next year-end special Game Awards. Woohoo! Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, everyone.